My name is Sharice Blackman, and I am the Executive Director of the Westside Community Land Trust. And so we work to develop permanently affordable housing using a community-centered approach.
Of course, the land trust will own the land on which structures are built. The owner will own the actual physical property. Today, we're partnering with the AIA as a way of increasing community awareness about the land trust model. But we're also partnering in terms of looking at actual physical sites and looking at it from a community lens.
The Westside Community Land Trust is important because it is a tool in our toolbox to help bring about housing affordability.
In West Charlotte in general, we see a lot of rapid reinvestment. So those neighborhoods are very close to Center City. So we see individuals coming in, developing those areas, purchasing land, and we see property values rising, housing costs rising, and then individuals that have been there for years and generations being pushed out.
So this is the initial kickoff of a partnership called the Neighborhood Design Partnership. This was the housing workshop event.
So we visited 4 sites: the Seversville Smallwood, Enderly Park, Camp Green, and the Walton Road area considered Barringer.
And divide the folks that came today into teams that looked at those 4 separate sites.
We have residents involved, we have community leaders, we have architects.
Each team went out to the site, walked to the site, and walked around to get an understanding of the context of the site.
I think as architects, we don't come into a situation with presumptions about what would work well there. We listen and sort of as architects, we translate that conversation into strategies and solutions.
We had a great day. We were able to bring together people from the design community, architects, students, local residents, a good cross-section of people coming to talk about housing from different perspectives.
We're going to be designing concept models that could be utilized on specific properties, but serve as a model and a springboard for larger scale activity.
Not every group today came up with a proposal for, let's say, a house on a lot, but they came up with ideas that would sort of activate that lot within the community, whether it be through public gardens or recreational space that could really, let's say, solve a broader problem that the community has.
When I did the welcome in the beginning, I told everybody that ultimately today we want to hear you. And so that's really our focus with the Land Trust, is to really be intentional about making sure we're including the community.
I think these events are sometimes not as much about the solutions that are proposed, but more about the connections that are made that may facilitate actual change in the future.
Yeah, I think it was great. I know at least the group I was working with, we really were able to learn a lot about these different neighborhoods on the west side and hear stories about how they've evolved, how they've changed.
And so I'm excited about the event today because it just, for me, is symbolic of the change that we're going to bring about together, and just really making sure, once again, that we're hearing these voices and that we're not allowing them to just fade into the background, but that we're taking what they're saying and the issues that are happening and we're recognizing them and facing them head on.